pile of odd socks. You know, I was once given a Christmas present of some socks, and I think the person that gave it to me had bought a multi-pack of socks and split it between two people. We'd got half each. The only unfortunate thing was that the multi-pack had contained 3 pairs of socks, and so my Christmas present was 3 socks. We all, I guess, have received unwanted Christmas presents from time to time. Last year, on the 28th of December, this appeared in the Daily Telegraph. I admit I wouldn't normally read it, but it's interesting nevertheless. Emma Simon wrote this: "It's probably not surprising that 2 out of 3 of us unwrapped a gift we didn't really want this Christmas. But what's more surprising is that an estimated 366,000 people had already listed those items on eBay by the end of Christmas night." Out of interest, a separate survey for eBay showed that aunts, uncles and in-laws were the biggest culprits when it came to buying gifts that no one wanted or couldn't use. Gifts that nobody wants. I remember as a child I was part of a church where the tradition was that the brownies would take Christmas biscuits to those who were shut in their homes. And I can remember my father coming home and saying how upset one of the brownies had been when they had delivered these biscuits to an old lady who at the door had said, "Get out, I don't want your charity, take your gift away." I remember that story 40 years later, and I'm sure it still lives in the memory of that unfortunate brownie. Certainly not the way you'd expect someone to word a "thank you very much, that was a very kind thought." But even God knows what it's like to give presents at Christmas and find them rejected. Listen to what John writes in his Gospel, the opening wonderful first chapter. In verse 11 it says this: "Jesus came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him." Rejecting God, rejecting God's gift, rejecting the present that God offered to humanity. This year millions of people will open millions and millions of presents, and some of those presents will be gratefully received, some of those presents will be really not wanted at all. But the real tragedy of this Christmas, just like any other Christmas, is that millions of people will not receive the gift that God offers this Christmas time. The gift of his Son, Jesus, the Saviour and friend, Emmanuel, God with us. Please don't reject Christ this Christmas.